What's the significance of Brent below 60 and maybe more importantly, the rate of change for how we got here, how quickly we got here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it reflects the speed at which sentiment turned around. So, a month ago we were talking about potential shortages in the market and Saudi Arabia assuring everyone that it would increase supply to meet that. But then I think they came out into the market with these extra barrels and realized pretty quickly they just didn't have the customer demand for it yet. The expectation being that maybe Q4 into Q1 that would suddenly appear. It hasn't appeared. And the reality is that stockpiles are growing and they find themselves in a very tricky political situation. Because on the one hand, they have a US president that doesn't appear to have a bottom for its oil price. He just wants lower and lower prices. At the same time, they have a budget to balance in Saudi Arabia. And I think even now Russia is getting a little bit worried at these sort of price levels. This is when I think Russia comes on board and makes it very explicit they're going to stick to this OPEC deal.
What has caused today's price action? In some ways, one could understand that it's a sort of self-feeding story that once it gets going, it keeps going because people have to cover options. But what kicked it off in the first place? Was it that fear about Saudi? The US was out yesterday. The comments are a little old, but nevertheless, straight out of the Asian session overnight, bang, TI was trading lower.
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, you picked the wrong day to trade oil in that you have a huge chunk of the oil market that's basically on holiday for a long weekend. So that's one element of it. Second element, a lot of people had gone very, very, very long. I mean, the rhetoric in the market was $100 a barrel. That was going to be the price, or that was a realistic proposal. And then that just flipped pretty much overnight. And then what you're seeing now is just this steady drip downwards. I wouldn't call it capitulation just yet, but clearly no one wants to be long at this price. 2 weeks to go until the OPEC meeting.